Hi Alison, we're back once again talking to Alison Turton, who is a fabulous milliner and so talented because she's got so many streams to her business. So she's a theatrical milliner, but she also does bridal and other hats as well. So we're going to talk about that side of her business to her now. So what entices you about bridal millinery?
Well, the reason why I started it is that I've spent a long time creating designs for other people, for costume designers, and it was getting to the point where I just wanted to make my own pieces and kind of do that as well as my theatrical millinery. So that's where it stemmed from. When I started with bridal millinery, kind of being influenced a lot by vintage bridal headpieces. I really find vintage wedding accessories and dresses really interesting. And that's kind of where it started from, really. And then I've kind of moved on a little bit onto cocktail hats as well, but still with a bit of a vintage vibe.
I love a bit of vintage. Yeah.
So I quite like, with the bridal millinery, I wanted to do pieces that would be really special and maybe passed down a generation or two generations. And just trying to make pieces that are a little bit quirky, but still not too crazy and wacky, with a bit of class to them as well, and some sophistication.
So a little bit unusual. So you're very much, if a bride wanted something that a little bit different and she had an idea, you could transform that into something for her.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be a lot of brides in the next year or so when they can have their big weddings that they wanted to have. They've had plenty of time to think about the style they want and how they want it, haven't they?
Yeah.
So would you like to show us a piece?
Yeah. So this one is one I made. So in kind of last year in lockdown, I kind of created a collection called Stargazer collection, and it's kind of based on the night sky. So it's a range of cocktail hats and headpieces, sort of ranging from like silvery sparkles into kind of black, basically, and some blues in between. So this piece is a really beautiful beaded.
I can see. Yeah, beaded onto what? Satin or?
So it's on a Buckram base.
Yeah.
Covered in satin.
And then beaded.
And then the beaded fabric on top. And then the flowers are
felt.
Felt
flowers.
Molded felt with stitching inside
the. That is lovely, really lovely. Oh, can imagine that on a beautiful bride. So it's on the camera here. It's looking a very pale blue. Is that what it is? Very pale blue, or?
It's an ivory. So the flowers are ivory.
So I just wanted to check that because the lighting on these Zooms and whatever is not good. So it's ivory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is all silver and ivory.
Very nice. But you could make it in other colours if. Someone wanted.
I mean, this fabric is a one-off fabric that I actually bought in New York. I was very lucky to go to New York.
You won't get that again.
No. But this style can be made in lots of other fabrics and different coloured felt. Another piece that is kind of less bridally, but more Mother of the Bride, or maybe a race hat. This one, which is so created bias strips and with well, it's like a royal blue satin. Not satin, silk, coupon silk with a black ribbon sewn onto it, and then I just
you've woven it again. Yeah, you've woven it. That's clever.
It's a Buckram base, so covered in these strips, and then with these Coke feathers on the
Yeah.
side, just on a headband.
That's nice with the woven effect because with
Yeah.
different lights you get a different sort of effect on it, don't you? It's sort of very 3D-ish, which is
Yeah.
nice.
You know, I can make that in lots of different
Yeah.
colourway. You know, could just make it in an ivory for a wedding, you know, with a
So can I
ivory
just ask about how wide is it in the middle? Is it sort of about 3 inches in the middle? Pop it on your
Yeah,
head so we can
perfect.
see. Leave it. Oh, yes.
Get my glasses on.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a nice wide base.
Yeah.
Mm. We need things to wear hats to.
We do, I know, desperately.
Yeah.
There's another one here from the
Bit of
Stargazer collection,
sparkle. Yeah.
which is a velvet, just a small
Sort of
buckram
button.
base covered in
Yeah.
velvet, and then again buckram, my favourite material. Buckram flowers. For anyone that doesn't know what buckram is, it's embedded with glue, and you can steam with it and mould it and shape it, and then it dries hard.
That's fabulous.
It's like
stuff,
a woven. Pardon?
It's fabulous stuff. Yeah, I've done a couple of videos on buckram and like woven buckram and non-woven buckram, and yeah, marvelous stuff.
So then I made these buckram petals and then covered them in a lovely navy blue sequin fabric.
And did you make your own headband for it? Or you've cut, white headband. Yeah, which is nice. Go on, you have to put them on because you're very glam looking. You look fabulous.
Weirdly, I don't actually wear hats.
Oh, well, I do. Oh, you see, that looks great. Once it's on, it's weird actually because people are always showing me their hats, but once they're on a head, they just totally are transformed and just look so different. Yeah. I can imagine you at the races and that. I was thinking the other day when all this is over, when we'll have to all get together, all of us, and have an outing with our hats on.
Exactly. What else? This is a bit more. Guess Mother of the Bride.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Very nice.
I shall demonstrate. It's much easier, isn't it, just to demonstrate.
And she demonstrated how to put it on properly with elastic. The times I'm having to tell people how to do that.
Under your hair.
Yeah, under your hair, pull your hair forward.
Not under your chin.
Love that. Actually, it suits your colouring really well. So what's this made from?
So it's a cinema base. So about 3 layers of cinema, I think this is. And then loops of cinema cut on the cross, folded, and then looped together to kind of, create this kind of...
A lot of work in that. A lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. But this is one of my favourite hats, and I think it's quite... It's quite simple, but it's quite dramatic as well. And I think just one colour, but yet you've got all this texture up here as well. I really like it.
I was just going to say that it's simplicity made incredibly elegant.
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
very elegant.
Beautiful. I'm sure someone will buy that as soon as they see it.
Then so I've got some pieces so I'm making a new bridal collection at the moment. So that's these kind of little headbands. I don't know if you can
beaded,
see, but it's
all crystals.
So crystal beads, and then these are wired leaves, basically, with crystal beads.
Nice. Again, simple but elegant. Look fabulous with the veil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I've got another one that's just half made, which is again was similar, but this is freshwater pearls wrapped in a velvet ribbon.
Very nice.
I tend to when I put ribbon on, I tend to do it in an ivory, but I can match ribbons to hair colours. It doesn't have to be,
no,
you know, it's just how I present it. Yeah, and then kind of tiny little freshwater pearls just wired.
Yeah, nice. And again, a lot of work, but beautifully elegant. Yeah.
Hard on the fingers.
I know. A lot of millinery is hard on the fingers.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah.
I'm always moaning in my videos because I've got arthritic fingers and they seize up, or and trying to work the hard fabrics.
Yeah,
it's been fabulous talking to you. I'm so impressed with all of your work. Honestly, it's wonderful, Alison. You're very, very talented. And I think our viewers will be so thrilled to see all your work. So we're going to tell everybody about your websites, your Facebook, your everything. Yeah. And hopefully when the next year comes along, there'll be lots more of your beautiful creations on the stage and on heads. Thank you so much.
I'm ready and raring to go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you ever so much. It's been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.